Yeah, I got any show for y'all.
Former President Trump speaks at campaign event in Madison Square Garden. In
Yeah, but he has some nice things to say about the mayor of New York. Think they're friends now. Check out what he had to say.
Yeah.
And you know, I want to thank Mayor Adams, because Mayor Adams has been treated pretty badly. You know, when he said that this whole thing with the migrants coming into New York, this is just not sustainable. You know, we can't do it. We're trying to run a city. We got 100,000 migrants coming. We can't do it. It just can't do it. It's not feasible. It's not good. He said it very nicely. I said, well, he's going to be indicted by these lunatics. A year later, he got indicted. I think they upgraded his seat in an airplane. I hear this is a very serious charge. They've upgraded my seat a lot, too. I used to fly commercial. I don't fly it so much anymore. But they'd see me back there and, sure, would you like an upgrade? I don't know. Maybe it's something else. But I have to tell you, he's been really great. And he said that they shouldn't be calling Trump a dictator because it's not true. That's nice. That was nice. Very nice. So we want to thank Mayor Adams is going through a hard time with these people. These are lunatics, by the way. They've weaponized the Justice Department against their political opponent. I am under investigation more than the great, late Alphonse Capone.
He said the late, great Alphonse Capone.
Capone, yeah. He's a gangster.
He said the late, great. He didn't say late, great. Yes, he did.
He said the great.
Would you clean your ears? He said the late, great.
Okay, whatever. But anyway, the mayor of New York City, he's getting a lot of questions from reporters about him being like friendly with Trump. Check out him at his press conference. They're grilling him.
Last week, I think, got a little tired of the questions about Donald Trump and your opinions of Trump and the things that you've said regarding Trump. However, you had a press conference last week where you, in essence, defended Trump when it came to the issue of whether he's a fascist or not. What do you say to people who feel that you should disavow support of Trump and fellow Democrats who say that that's a bridge too far for them?
Well, first, I wasn't, I don't know the term you use. I think you said irritated or tired of it. No, that wasn't it at all. And I was asked a question dealing with the comment that was used, and I responded to that. Listen, let me tell you what I find insulting. I find insulting when you have children dying on top of trains based on what they're mimicking on social media. A housing crisis in the city, affordability. Thousands of seniors are unable to know if they're going to be able to live in the city, in the country. I speak to my mayors across the country, and they're talking about these real problems we're having. And with all that's going on to everyday New Yorkers, we're asking questions that is someone a fascist or is someone a Hitler. That's insulting to me. That is insulting. And I'm not going to engage in that. Everyone needs to turn down the rhetoric. Because after Election Day, we still have to be the United States and not the divided states. And so if people can't understand their real issues facing New Yorkers, and I just find it just humiliating that what everyday mom and pops are doing and going through across this country, that here we are having this conversation about this silly item. So I refuse to participate in that. I'm going to fight for New Yorkers like I've done for years, and whomever can understand that, they're not in the streets. When I'm at these town halls, talking to people there, they're not asking me these silly questions. We are in this bubble. You know, and I know you guys really believe these stories you're writing. It gives you a lot of clicks. It's exciting. It gives you headlines. But this is not what New Yorkers and Americans are dealing with, folks. They are scared of their future. Someone needs to stand up and say, enough of this. Tone down the rhetoric. Let people hear the facts. Let them vote. And let's decide what the next 4 years are going to be for our city. And that's my position. I cannot make it any clearer.
Looking like a true Republican. Because that's what you sound like. You're going to get indicted more. They're going to find some new charges.
They're going to get 60 felonies on you, too. Keep it up.
Before the end of the day, you have rape charges, murder charges, all kinds of charges. That's just too much common sense for a Democrat.
Yeah, that whole argument that Trump's a fascist,
Yeah.
it's such nonsense. And like so many people just hear it and they believe it because they're a Democrat and they believe whatever Democrats tell them. So it's like,
It's all for political gains, for votes.
fascist. Hitler was a fascist. He threw journalists in jail. He arrested his political rivals.
He did? He did all that?
He did all of that. What are you talking about? Oh, you just playing stupid. Everything that y'all doing to Trump, that's what Hitler did to Germany. What y'all trying to do to Trump. Well, they got some more questions for him. They ain't letting it go.
Yeah.
Yeah, they grilling him.
When is the last time you spoke to Trump or his team?
Give me another question, please.
I would also like to ask you about Jesse.
You lost your opportunity. Give me another question, please.
Mr. Mayor, I know you said New Yorkers.
I know you said it.
I know you said New Yorkers don't care about whether or not Trump's a fascist, but Vice President Kamala Harris's campaign has made a big deal of that, right? Her campaign and her surrogates have very much leaned into the messaging that he's unhinged, that he's a fascist. By saying that he's not a fascist, are you not at all concerned that you're undermining her messaging and indirectly helping Trump with the election just days away? Comptroller Lander has also said that your unwillingness to criticize Trump makes it seem like you're seeking a pardon from him. Are you seeking a pardon from him?
Lander, ooh, he's the moral authority of life, you know. Listen, next question.
Are you seeking a pardon from Trump?
Yeah, that's a Democrat reported question, right? They like.
I
The
wish you would
media-
answer the question, though. Say, look,
That's
just
not-
because I'm a Kamala Harris supporter doesn't mean I agree with everything she says.
Yeah, I think
If I have to believe everything Kamala Harris says, that makes her a dictator. That makes her a fascist. I have my own mind. I have my own opinions.
that's well said.
Yeah,
You do have your moments.
I have a moment.
I like that.
Killed him with that, and didn't I?
Man, that was great.
Yeah, I'm proud of myself too.
Keep it going.
Next question. Next question.
Two questions for you, Mr. Mayor. The first, John Shell appeared at the Trump rally at MSG in uniform. Do you think that's appropriate? Is there any kind of reprimand or discipline that you think would be appropriate if you find that to not be an appropriate mixing of city government work and a political campaign? And second, if Trump wins, do you believe that he'll be a partner to you in New York City?
Of course he is. He's the
No
president.
matter who is the president, I'm going to work with to do the best for New York. I love New York from the days of being a young man to my role as a police officer to every other office that I've held. And I'm going to work with whoever is the president of the United States to make sure that this city can continue to prosper. But I need to understand the John Shell piece. What do we believe John Shell did that was wrong? Because I'm not quite understanding. Did he? Because when I looked at the interview, he didn't make any political statements, and he better have been in uniform. He was working. He was making sure that people who were attending the rally, walking down the block, that they were all protected. So, what did John Shell do? Was it that he did an interview on a station that many people don't like? But I don't hear anybody, not one person talking about the fact that he did an interview on NBC, CBS, AP, and others. So if the rule is that we don't talk to any outlets that we don't like, then, let me get out of here. What's the rule?
All right, so if y'all don't know who he's referring to, John Shell, he's the chief of patrol. Mm-hmm. He's at the Trump rally, making sure everything's going smooth, everything's running smooth, and everybody's safe. He's chief of parole.
Yeah.
He's there in his official
Not parole,
duties.
patrol.
Patrol. I didn't put the T in there?
You said parole. He's chief of patrol.
He's chief of patrol,
Yeah.
and he's making sure everything's running smooth, everybody's safe,
Yeah.
and all the officers are doing their job,
Right.
keeping everybody safe.
Yeah, like
He shut up. He's in uniform. He's doing his job. Shouldn't he be there?
yeah.
Why is it a bad thing he's there?
Yeah. He's doing something that Nancy Pelosi should have did on January 6th.
Oh man, you killed him with that one.
I killed him with that one.
You killed him with that one.
Man, I'm killing these fools. He did what Nancy Pelosi should have been doing during January 6th.
Yeah, she turned down 10,000 troops. Oh, y'all didn't want him there because y'all to paint this idea that Trump's a fascist. Man, you guys are smart.
Oh no, tell me what he said.
Appropriate to appear in uniform on an interview with an outlet that peddles misinformation, disinformation.
What?
He wasn't interviewed by the Daily News, was he?
This is news.
Well, Chris, how many times have you wrote an article that was misinformation and lied? How many times have you did it? So if that's the standard, if the standard of we should not be talking to people because people put their personal opinions into stories and coverage, come on, folks, let's stop acting like all of you have a halo over your head.
Exactly. Man, you sound like a damn Republican.
I'm telling you.
Because everything that comes from a journalist, it's not journalism, it's an opinion piece.
Yeah.
Everything's an opinion piece.
It's
now.
it's not actually journalism anymore.
Everybody's, pitching for their own team.
Sound like y'all trying to tell a black man what he can't. Y'all actually telling a black man, chief police of New York City, he can't actually do his job.
Yeah.
Because the optics.
Yeah.
Looks like he's endorsing.
These questions they ask him, it sounds like something a high school or somebody in junior high would ask somebody. If President Trump runs the presidency, are you going to work with him for New York? What kind of question is that? He's the president of the United States. Yeah. Of course he's going to work with them. Trump loves New York. Why he can't work with Trump? Because Trump's a Republican? Who's the fascist?
Keep it going.
Wrong. And just because you dislike an outlet, that is not enough to say we should not be interviewing with that outlet. If that endangers your whole freedom of press. That's what all of you talk about. That endangers everything you say you believe in. Freedom of press. Either you have freedom of press or you don't. It's not freedom of press that I like. Let's be clear on that.
Man, you sound like a Republican. He sound like a Republican. This is what Republicans have been saying.
Those questions are idiotic. None of those questions about the problems New York City is having. Mm-hmm. The media is that's like state-run media. Yeah, they're working together trying to get Kamala in office. That's their fascist. Trump's a fascist.
You said it yourself. The mayor did. He said this is not what New Yorkers are worried about. They're worried about putting food on the table.
They're worried about all those hundreds of thousands of illegals. Y'all taking away resources from American citizens. That's what they're worried about.
Keep asking these asinine questions. Is Trump a fascist? Everybody knows the answer. Even people on the left do. That's just for political gain.
What did Trump do in office when he was a fascist? He didn't throw journalists in jail. He didn't throw his political opponents in jail. He didn't try to throw out the Constitution. He didn't do any of that.
Right.
Show's over.
I mean, who's the fascist? All you got to do is open your eyes and look around.